Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Serena and I am your go-to guide for all things sensitive. Welcome back. Today we are going to be discussing the difference between habits and addictions. And this is really just literally one main difference that we are going to describe today. So the easiest way you can tell between a habit and an addiction. Let's get started. If you guys are watching this, you might be a highly sensitive person that struggles with a habit. You might be a highly sensitive person or an empath that struggles with an addiction. And really what we're discussing today is going to be the difference between the two. Because sometimes there's a lot of gray area that comes in when we're talking about habits and addictions, and we don't always know what is actually supportive for us or what is actually taking away from our lives. Also, you could be watching this video and you might not be highly sensitive or empathic and you're just wondering the difference, or you might even be watching it for someone you are dealing with. It could be a friend or a family member or something of that nature as well, where you're just not sure where to go from here or what they might be dealing with. So this video is just going to discuss a little bit of the differences between the two. So, a habit. A habit, if you watched my other video, I'll link it up here. If you watch my other video, which is the biggest misconception that people tell us about habits, I'll put it up here. If you think about a habit is technically an unconscious behavior. Now, it could be a good habit or a bad habit. I won't get into that too much because that's in my other video. So for argument's sake, let's say that habits are unconscious behaviors. And so with a habit, it's something that we do repetitively over and over and over again to a point that we don't think about it anymore. Okay? So an addiction is also a repetitive pattern. It is going to be something that someone does over and over and over again until the point of being dependent on it. So now the main difference between these two things is going to be choice. Okay? Coffee, right? That's a great example. Could either be a habit or it could be an addiction, depending on the severity of the dependence on the coffee, right? So it could be a morning routine, a morning habit, but it also could be an addiction where you're having 6 to 7 cups during the day, you can't sleep at night, right? So the main differences are going to be degrees of severity. And the other main difference is the ability to choose. So the main difference between these two is the ability to choose. So now what I mean by that is I'm going to use myself for an example, right? When I was a child, through adulthood, I sucked my thumb. So this was a very, very, very bad habit. It caused my parents a lot of pain and discomfort. It messed up my teeth and the way I was able to talk and eat and do all of these things. And so for me, as a highly sensitive person, sucking my thumb was a way to calm the stress that I was feeling on a regular basis and also help to soothe my nervous system. And with this habit, it became to a point where, right, when I started to get into school and I started to realize, okay, nobody else is doing this thing. So I would go to school during the day and I would not suck my thumb. So I had a choice of when I would do it and when I would not do it. Whereas if it were an addiction and I was absolutely, completely dependent on it, emotionally, physically, having withdrawal symptoms, things like that, and it's not just like a craving, it's like you physically cannot function without it. That's going to be more your addictive sides. So if I was going to school and I was sitting in the middle of class and I, started sucking my thumb and literally could not control when I was doing it or when I was not doing it, that would be considered more of an addiction. So the main difference here is being able to have a conscious choice on when you are engaging in the behavior. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. This was the best way that you can tell between a habit and an addiction. If you liked the video, please subscribe, comment down below. Let me know if you've had any of these struggles as well yourself. You know, it's very common in the HSP and empath community to struggle with these things, or to know people who have struggled with these things. So if you're looking for support, anybody out there, I am more than happy to help support anybody that needs support. Just please let me know. Send me a message on Instagram or something like that. Send me a message on my website. All of that information is down below. So if you're looking for someone that you need to talk to, coach, or anything like that, I am here for that. And with that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day. Big love, Serena.